Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Chris D Redefined. It is Thanksgiving. By the time I post this, it'll be just about Thanksgiving. So for those of you who observe Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. And I hope that you have some joy, some love in your life. And I hope that this Thanksgiving that you can find several things to be grateful and thankful about. So let's cover Thanksgiving. That's going to be today's topic. And as an estranged mom, the holidays for estranged parents are like a minefield. You'll come across things that can be upsetting. You'll have memories, I do, that are nostalgic, and then if you linger too long on them, you'll cry. So, you know, to be honest with you, how do I get through the holidays? Easier in Europe, because obviously Thanksgiving is not observed in Europe. So tomorrow I have class, I have several tasks and errands I have to run after class, and it is midterm exam week. So I have to study Portuguese after I film this, and I'll be studying after class tomorrow after I run my errands, etc. And I have online work as well, so no rest there. So Thanksgiving, let me steer more towards the estranged parent side, because this will be my sixth Thanksgiving, I think, without my son. Yes, I believe so. I believe it's my sixth Thanksgiving without my son. And so, but if you followed my channel, you know that he has communicated with me. We're emailing. He answers my emails, not with a lot. He did send me a couple of pictures 2 or 3 months ago. His most recent communication was, "Hi, Mom, I'm okay and safe," which is great. And that was how many weeks ago now was that? 2 weeks ago? Maybe 3. And so thrilled about that. But prior to that communication, I hadn't heard from him in 2 months. So I have to say that I'm grateful this Thanksgiving that I'm at least in communication with my son. And it's not, it's not, he's not angry, I'm not angry. It's just communication back and forth a little bit. Now, do I wish it were FaceTiming with him and asking him how his day went and how his work and how his school, and, talk, and Mom, what's the recipe for this? No, although he wouldn't call me for that because I don't cook, but, what should I do with this? Or Mom, anything, oh, Mom, I this happened, I wanted to call and tell you. We don't have that relationship, but he is communicating by email. And so several things for me to be very, very grateful for is number one, that he's safe. Number two, I don't know if he's healthy. He looks skinny and pale, but he's safe. And that he is in communication with me and says that he is okay and safe. So that being said, I'm grateful for that. In my own life, I'm grateful for so many things, that I have a son who is wonderful. And then I have a lot of friends. I have a ton of wonderful, wonderful friends. And I live in Europe, and I get to go to college every day. I mean, what woman in her late 50s gets to say, you get to go to college every day with young people? Like, I love it. And college in Portugal. Like, hello. So that being said, I know I need to be grateful about that, because there are so many people that would want to be in my shoes. So I'm really grateful for that. And I'm able to sustain myself semi-retired. I have online work, and I live very frugally, admittedly. I live very frugally. But, I live in an apartment with 7 other graduate students, and but this is fun. I actually enjoy it. I love that there are other people. I can hear other people in the house, and some people are in the kitchen making dinner right now, and I can hear them. So I actually enjoy living in this way, because if I don't want to bother with anyone, I just close my door and stay in my own little efficiency. But if I want to socialize and I hear people in the kitchen, I can go out there and make a cup of coffee and talk to the other folks in the house. So I enjoy that. And then I'm healthy. My gym is right across the street. Anyone who knows me, everybody that knows that I'm a gym rat. Like, I have to be in the gym every day. And so I just, right after class, I went to the gym today and was there for about an hour. So, every day, pretty much every day I go to the gym. I would say 6-7 days a week, just depends on my schedule, but 6 or 7 days a week I'm at the gym. I teach spin at the gym, so I finally got a teaching job at the gym, and I teach once a week. I teach a Monday spin class, and so I'm trying to build up my class followers. And so everyone who knows me also knows I'm a longtime spin instructor. I've been teaching spin since 2007 in my life. Both on Maui, and when I moved to Philly for a couple of years, I taught at 2 different facilities in Philly as well. So I'm still in fitness, and I am still teaching spin, which I really enjoy. So that being said, I need to be grateful that I can be semi-retired and make enough money to survive doing things that I love doing. And then I have a ton of friends, and I'm really healthy. So, as far as my life is concerned, I'm living my dream. And so I cannot complain there. Let's head back to estranged parents and how to make it through the holidays. This is my 6th one. I know there's some estranged parents out there that are going on, year 14 or 15 without their child. And everyone handles it their own way. Here's what I do. I keep myself busy. I don't, here in Europe it doesn't matter, but what I would do when I lived on Maui, I would make plans with friends and go over. My friend Jen used to invite me every year, and it was a little hard because once my son used to come with me, and then once we were estranged, he wasn't with me anymore, and sometimes somebody would ask me, how's Kai, and then I would try to survive that question. But I know for me, I try to make myself busy and have, there's always going to be a moment in the day where I'm sad during a holiday, but I try to minimize that time. And I just try to think, each day that passes, I get one day closer to reuniting with him. That's the way I have to look at it. I can't look at it any other way. So every day that passes, I'm one day closer to reuniting with him, really. And meaning, really communicating, really knowing what's going on with him, and that he can reach out to me anytime, once a day, once a week, whatever it is. So I have to kind of think of it that way, or else I just get really down. Allow yourself that. There's going to be, when Christmas rolls around, there's going to be, and parents who've been estranged for many years, they know this. There's going to be times, days or hours where you're just really down about it. And that's just the way it is. Estranged parents, this. It's a roller coaster ride. You see something, you remember a past Thanksgiving or a past Christmas. You remember decorating the tree with your child, and then suddenly you're in the middle of a cry fest, And so I just allow that to occur, and then I shake it off. I shake it off because for me, it's still super painful. And so I allow myself those few moments, and then I just kind of move on, which is why I create busyness, so that I don't feel so depressed. So Thanksgiving, like I said, Thanksgiving for me tomorrow is going to be school, some errands after school, and online work after that. And so I'm going to keep myself busy. And I'll call my mom, I'll call my brother, and they're all together actually. So I'll call my mom and brother and niece, and I'll ask them how's it going for Thanksgiving and get the whole rundown. And then there's football, right? My Eagles aren't playing; they're playing on Friday. They're playing the Bears on Friday, so on that day. But there's at least 2, maybe 3 football games. I think there's 2 football games on Thanksgiving, so I'll tune into those after my day is starting to wind down, and I'll watch some football, and that's it. I just make myself busy. Christmas, one of my housemates is from the island of Madeira, which is a beautiful, beautiful archipelago island right off of the coast. Well, an hour flight off the coast of Portugal, and so it's in the kind of in the Atlantic. It's in the Atlantic Ocean, and so I'm going over there, and it's a beautiful island. She was raised there, so I'm going to her family's house for Christmas. She's invited me, so I'll be there the 24th, 25th, and 26th, and then I'm coming back to Lisbon to work and continue studying, and just kind of get myself caught up on some things that I need to get caught up in, because school takes up so much of my time. Until school comes back, I can kind of concentrate on just stuff you got to get caught up on. So that's how I get through the holidays. Some people isolate themselves. Some estranged parents isolate themselves. Others, do you want to reach out? Do you want to send a card, a letter? I always say that if you're in a good place and you feel like you just want to send your love, and that you want your child to know that you love them and you're thinking of them, I don't see anything wrong with that. If you expect a response back and then will get angry or hurt if you don't get a response, then obviously, then it becomes, like I said, a minefield where, you could step on a mine and it blows up, and then you have a horrible time on Christmas Day, or, you're just remember your child didn't respond to you. If you're writing your child on the holidays to expect a response, then I don't think that's a great idea. I just don't. But if you just want to tell them that you love them, I'm going to send my son tomorrow. I'll send him a Thanksgiving email and just say, love and miss you. Hope you're having a great Thanksgiving. Here's some pictures of past Thanksgivings, and that's it. And whether he responds or not, I won't know. But I want him to know that I'm thinking about him and I love him. That's all. That's all. And then Christmas, the same thing, that I'm thinking about him and I love him. I will offer him a couple of weeks before Christmas. I'll send an email that says, like, hey, if you want something, I can send you something from a store, but then he would have to give me his address, and I don't know if he wants to do that, but I'll offer it, or maybe a gift certificate from a mom and pop shop, because I've stopped Amazon and I've stopped all the big box stores, obviously due to our politics these days, and I'm trying to stay away from big corporations. So, but yeah, that's the holidays for estranged parents, and what I do to survive a holiday, and to get through it and to feel okay. So I hope that helped you a little bit, and I hope that you catch me on my next short, which will be about the culture of Portugal, something I've experienced here in Portugal, and I always do all my shorts about living in Portugal and the Portuguese culture. So until next time, thanks for joining me here at Chris D Redefined. Please hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time.